Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is Meri at Meri Atelier, and it is Thursday morning. I'm sorry, it's Thursday morning, January 29th. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. I am kind of close up, aren't I? Isn't that interesting? Okay, well, I am going to work in my scrap calendar. I need to work on my bunny. I keep saying I need to do it, and then I get involved in something else. I'm putting numbers in Debbie Epps' composition book that I got from her. We're going to do some prompt games from that. And I have a haul that I got from Rebecca Wills a week or so ago. And it just came, so let's start by opening that. Let me get some foot space underneath my desk for my feet. Let me get over here and go to my lives. And there we are. Got an ad. Whoops, maybe I should turn the sound down. I've been doing prompts from Dee Dee Willingham's prompts. I've been doing them with shorts. And I think I may start taking the AI and working it into a paper art. We will see. We will see. I'll still continue with my short prompts, but I'll look at those and create one in a journal. Just for the fun of it. I want to carve a ruby rose. So she's on my plate. But let's go ahead and open the haul first. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome, friends. I see one person out there. 2 people? I think one of them is me. I got some. This says it won't bleed through. I'm going to try these pins, and then I was at Walmart. My brother he went fishing, and he needed some night crawlers. You know, you can buy night crawlers from Walmart. He says, I have to check for the live ones. They don't take care of them there, and they die. Walmart, dead worms from Walmart. But I got some pins here that says it's felt tip and they won't bleed through. They're similar to the Sharpie ones, it looks like, but these are Papermate. And then I also got some of these that are calligraphy pins, and I thought I would play with those. I'm going to put those up there just to kind of keep the glare off of the... Do I have it? Do I have it? Should put a piece of paper there, but that'll do. All right. So here's the... And I have no idea what's in here. I think fabric. I think there's probably some fabric in here. Let's open it up and see what's in here. Sure enough, I've been buying these big tablecloths. Ooh, she wrapped this up nice. Fabrics and little stuff. Okay. So let's start with the fabric. Some pretty prints here. Gold, and this looks Christmassy. Gold and kind of a dark gold. That's pretty. I think this one might be a batik. I think this one is a batik. Let me get one layer. It may not be. Yeah, I think it is. See, a batik is the same on both sides. This is a nice one. I might save this one out. I like that print. Might save that one out. Here's another batik. Get one layer here. I cut there's a little slit on a sharp edge of a box. I wasn't expecting that. Usually cardboard doesn't cut your fingers, but I got a paper cut there. So this is a batik. This is a pretty one too. I don't think this is a batik. This is just it's just a piece of fabric. Well, no, it might be a batik because it's the same on both sides. See what it says. Cardinal Song, metallic by. If it's not a batik, it's pretty close to one. Here's reds. That might be nice for Valentine. I've been needing red, haven't I? Here's more golds and kind of a tie-dye. And she was selling them by fat quarters, and I got 2 fat quarters here, and she cut them together. This is pretty. That's really pretty. That'll look nice in one of my slow stitching. I might save that out for my slow stitch. Here's another one of these. Only a little bit more blue toned. And a quilt square. Oh, this is nice. She was selling these quilt squares. And it feels like it's lumpy and bumpy on the inside here, so it looks like they might have used I hate to say a cotton maybe. It's lumpy and bumpy, but I do like it. I like the back of it, I have to tell you. I like the back better than anything. Let's flip this over this way. And here's another batik. See, she wrote 2. 2. Rebecca Wells. Oh, I bought a little plate, it looks like. I wonder if there's more to that. I like that. That'll be nice. I think this is pressed glass. It doesn't feel like cut glass, but it is. It's nice and smooth on the inside. And it's got the impressions. Boy, I'll tell you, I want a stamp. Meri says, I want a stamp with it. I see 7 of you out there. I'm not seeing any chat. But then I have to, let me refresh. Nope. You're all up in the balcony. Oh, 11 of you. I don't see one piece of chat from 11 of you. Are you sleeping up in that balcony? Are you sleeping in the balcony? Do I need to come up there and set the alarm clock? Here's another beautiful batik. It's a tie-dye, watercolor kind of. That's pretty. That would be pretty to slow stitch on too. I'm going to put these over in my slow stitch pile. And then here's a black and gold. Kind of a black and gray. It's not really gold. And then I bought some of these little, yeah, let me open it up. They're little cigarette cards. I don't know where she got them, but she had plenty of them. She had plenty of them. Little cigarette cards of butterflies, birds, birds. And what else? And those are the type of thing that would go nice in a transparent art journal page. And then I got this another white tablecloth with a Battenberg in it. And I like these for my room here. I like these in my room. Because I kind of got a shabby chic vibe going in this room. I like to, oh, this is really pretty when you open it up. This is just half of the center design. That's pretty, I like it. This will look nice thrown over one of my bookcases in the front. It's got some worn spots on it here. I can see some worn spots, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I did wash the other one that I got. So there are the fabrics. Looks like I was tore a piece there. Let me put the fabrics behind me. I was looking at pretty boxes at the dollar store. I made my brother stop at the dollar store because I wanted some things. And they wanted $8 for the medium-sized ones and $12, I think, for the larger one. They had a stack of spring boxes. Now, you can probably go to Hobby Lobby and get their Christmas ones 75% off. And this isn't going to open this way. Let's just cut it here. Dee Dee says, just cut it, Meri. And you're going to see me wallpaper boxes. Because I can't pay $12 for a pretty box. And I got the wallpaper. And I'm going to make my own pretty boxes. But not today. I don't think I'll do that today. Here's odd and end things that I got. Looks like I bought a deck of cards. Call for free copy of ACB something bridge supply. Contract bridge. Bridge cards are a little bit different than a deck of cards. Those might make fun ATCs. This is some metal tags, 3 metal tags. And Did I buy the jumbo paper clips? She was selling some of these for like 50 cents a piece. I think this was, I don't know if this was a 50-cent one, but I wanted some jumbo paper clips. To play with. I'm not much of a paperclip person, but yeah, oh yeah, these are fairly large. So we'll play with paper clips someday. I'll have them in my stash. What did I do with that other one? Looks like I got a string hanging here. And then I got some little Testor enamels paints. Those will be fun to play with too. I bought stuff to play with. I could paint enamel on my little metal tags, couldn't I? So there, my friends, is my haul. And I'm not sure why I bought this. She might have put this in as a freebie. I don't remember buying it. I want a stamp with it. I want a stamp with it. They get it all dirty with ink. It'll be nice to set things on, like my little Angie bowl. Put things in there. We'll put it up. All right. That's my haul, y'all. Right now I'm going to put these back in the envelope. I got a little box I'm going to cover, and I'll put these in. Little play box. A little toy box. All right. Good morning, Teresa. Oh, there's Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. Oh, thank you so much. I gave you a like and a heart on that. Thank you, Sylvia. Sylvia gave me a super chat. She says, good morning. I'll be right back. I'm getting my money. That's how she says that. I'm getting my money maker out the door. My camera must be slanted, because this, in mine, this kind of looks like it's going down that way. Let's straighten out my camera. Oh. Let's straighten it out. That a little better? So let's, while I'm zoomed out, let's finish. I was numbering, putting tags in this book, and I'm not sure they're going to stay on some of these pages. Yeah, see, they're not staying. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. We'll see. Not all of them are sticky. And this is Debbie Epps' composition book. And I'm going to number the pages so we can do pick 10s. Or pick 5s, or pick 4s, whatever. Pick 12s, dirty dozens, Becky's dirty dozens. And what we'll do is we'll ask for so many numbers, whatever number we want, from random org. Then we'll turn to the page in here and we'll take a technique. Like she collaged, looks like a stencil. Well, we could do collage, or we could do lace, stenciling in the background here. Over here she put down some ephemera. She did some rectangles with little square punches in there. So let me finish. And the thing is, turning these pages, got to be sure you turn, I guess that's one page. I'm thinking I could put it, because this is sticky, but it's sticking onto various media here. And I think that's what makes it wanna. But I was hoping maybe if I put books on top of it, it'll press these down. Teresa says good morning. Somebody's gonna sleep in the balcony. Lisbeth says it's 4 a.m. in California. I'm gonna sleep up in this balcony. Arlene says just dropping in to say hi, y'all. Can't stay. Well, thanks for popping in and saying hi. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. Hello, hello. I got a lot of rest yesterday. I did clean the bathroom. I use Zep. Have you guys heard of Zep? Z-E-P. It's a really good for clean your bathtub and your toilet and your sink. And I really like it, but I ran out of it. So I didn't get it a thorough cleaning, but now this was not my idea. It was here when I got here, but there's carpet in the bathroom, and my stubborn brother won't redo it. It'd be so much easier to keep it clean. But I use a little bezel, one of those little handheld Steiner cleaners, and that cleans pretty good. And I was putting it back in the box yesterday that it came in, and I get a paper cut on my finger off of the box. This is a pretty page. Not a pretty page. I need a drink of water. But I pulled all the towels off of the racks, and we use old towels on the stands in there, and I pulled those off to wash them, put clean ones on. But I didn't get everything cleaned in there because I ran out of Zep. And I didn't realize later in the day when I went out in the back porch, there was a new bottle of Zep. So I need to finish cleaning the bathtub. Not my favorite job, but it needs to be done. Put it here. You can get a lot of inspiration from these pages. This is a very inspiring. There's no way I'm going to cut this up. It's from Debbie Epps' composition book journal. I was fortunate enough to get 2 of hers in one of her dish-sash shells. Oh, no, I'm yawning. I'm not tired though. I'm really not tired. I went to bed early, and every time I go to bed early, I wake up like at 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I was awake for about an hour. And then I fell back asleep until the alarm went off. And then I just sat in my recliner for a while. I like this page too. I love this big flower down here. And this says, everything is amazing. That's what this, you can't see it. It's kind of in silver. It says, everything is amazing. I don't think these are going to stick. I might experiment and see if I can't fold up a little piece of painter's tape, make little hinges with painter's tape. But we'll do that later. We'll do it later. These pages are awesome. Awesome sauce. On every page. I'm going to work in my little calendar this morning. I might sketch AI. I use YouTube's Dream Screen for my AI, and I got permission from Dee Dee to do her weekly prompts. I didn't want to do it unless I asked. She said, those prompts, you can do them any way you want. But I may get inspiration from the AI and go back and start a little Dee Dee prompt journal for 2026 and draw the inspiration that I got from the little AI story. I started with the 29th because that's when I started doing it, and now I'm working backwards. I think I only have January 5th left to do, and then I've done several of them, and what I'll do is start doing them once a week. Once a week. This book is getting fat. Look, see, they put the alphabet upside down. That could be a prompt. Put some alphabet characters upside down on your page. Do a bird. Do some envelopes. Here's another little punch. Little square punches in the got an ad. Get the ads. Hi, Kimberly. Good morning, Kimberly. Good to see you. You're sewing and listening. Ah. What are you sewing? If you have take a break and tell me when you have a good time to take a break. Come tell me what you're making. What are you sewing? Are you hand stitching or are you sewing at the machine? Kimberly sent me this little name block for Christmas. I keep it out on my tray off to the side here because I'll knock it off if I put it up above. I love it. I love it. And Santa Claus, he doesn't have to disappear after Christmas. He can be out all year if he wants. Santa Claus is welcome on my desk. Kimberly, there's only one page there. This can get a little monotonous, but however, we'll test those pins that say they don't bleed through. I'm curious to know how dark they are. I like the Sharpie ones, but I like them when I'm writing in my journal where I'm not really wanting to show. I mean, it's more of a personal writing. But if I do something online here, those Sharpie ones that don't bleed through, there we go, last page. They're a little light. So let's open up the Papermate ones. I don't know what I paid for these. I picked them up at Walmart. I wasn't going to shop this week, and my brother went to town. He needed some groceries, and I said, I'm not going, and I didn't go. And then his grandson called later in the day, and they went ice fishing. They were setting up their ice fishing, and he didn't have any worms, so he went back to town, and I went with him. What happened to that other pen? Oh, here it is. We're going to test. We'll start numbering here with this pen. And this is a Papermate. It says it doesn't bleed through. Well, it's a pretty sharp point. It doesn't bleed through. Now, see, I have a feeling I'm going to try something here, because I think I'm going to have to do these to get them to stick. I'm going to take a big piece of tape and just put it on my desk down at the corner here. And then we're just going to tear off a little hinge if I can. Maybe I might have to snip it off with my scissors. And make a little paper tape hinge. You gonna do that for all of them, Meri? Well, it would be more permanent. I don't think I want to use that pen on all my numbers. I'm just testing it here because I want to save it for writing. And that was, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday that we went back to town. And let's try this one. This is just a pen plus gear, but it's got a darker. And see, it will bleed through. And then I found out from Debbie, I put a little note in here. She did these 2015 through 18, this journal. So it wasn't a journal that she completed all at once. And I want to put a little book plate in here with that's why it's there. Well, I guess let's just sit and do this for a bit. Let's hinge these in, because they're gonna eventually fall out. And I probably won't do the whole book in one sitting here because it gets a little boring. It gets a little boring. She's slow stitching. Kimberly is slow stitching a scrappy bowl to hold my safety pins. Well, you know what? Speaking of safety pins, that was one thing I bought. And I had them on the top shelf of my, we've got a little white wooden cabinet, one of those little put together deals. But it does a good job. It's pretty tall. And I put my stuff on top of that cabinet. My brother has a kind of a 3-foot height one. And that's where we put the towels. But when I was cleaning mine off yesterday, I took a little paper cup and put the safety pins in it. She's slow stitching a bowl to hold her safety pins, Kimberly is. Of course, not as professional as Angie Girl. Mine is wonky and scrappy. Well, that's what makes it fun, the wonky, scrappy ones. Make it fun, fun, fun. I guess I'm going to do this entire book this way. Not all in one sitting, though. I get a little bored after a while. This says, don't be like the rest of them, darling. Don't be like the rest of them, darling. And I'm just clipping little paint. That's the other thing I wanted to, I get my painter's tape at Menards. I thought, I want something else from Menards. My brother, I went about a week ago, did my grocery shopping because I was running out of groceries. And my brother said, are you going to Menards? I need some furnace filters. So I went to Menards and I go, there's something else I wanted. And I couldn't remember. And it was painter's tape. I do have a shopping list on my phone, but I need to put that on there. Let's see what my shopping list looks like. I got almost everything. Shopping list. Foam board, I got that. Tombow pens, I just leave that on there. I like to buy and I want some Japanese indigo. One of the seed catalogs came, but see, I have a shopping list and then I mark it off when I get it. Let's put and we want to put painter's tape. And Zep. They keep a spare bottle of Zep around. Clean the bathroom with it. That's on my shopping list. And that's the phone I use to need this to be where? Here? That would work, and then I can just snip as I go. It's getting kind of small though. And then I'll have this all set up and we can do pick 10s from it. And I think I got a new art journal magazine not too long ago. Oh, and I bought a Made, M-A-D-E. Boy, that's an inspiring journal. It's out in the other room where I do a flip of it. Did I do these? No. I didn't think of this when I put them all on there, or I would have done this as I was going. But this will keep them from falling off. Hopefully. Hopefully. We'll do a few more pages and then I'll quit. I love how she punches holes, and this was a paint sample swatch card. And I think these would stick on regular paper, but since I'm putting it on multimedia paper, we'll do this strip and then we'll quit. However many pages I can get off of this. Oops, I guess it's not going to work to put it on. Put it back down here on the desk. So that has to be on the edge so I can snip. Did I do that one? I did that one. And I know I'll go back and number them, and that's how I'll know where to pick up again, is my last number. Pick up with the hinges the next time I do this. And you get to see a flip of Debbie's journal. There's always something to look at. And I keep saying, I'll do it with one of my own once I find one and get it out. But wouldn't it be fun to have Dee Dee do a flip, set something up like this in one of her journals? And she'd say, Meri, I don't have the time for that. You could just hear her saying that. I don't have the time to sit there and put Post-it notes on every page and put painter's tape to hold the Post-it notes in and then go back and number them all. I don't have the time. And then do a flip of the entire journal. But you could do it 5 pages at a time once a week, Dee Dee. And we could do some prompts off of your 5 pages or 10 pages. I like Dee Dee. She inspires me to no end. Oh, Kimberly put a link in. Inspired by Sue Hiles. Oh, I like Sue. What I got out of my chat. Oh, now I got an ad. Let's do some exercise, some Tai Chi. Let's do some Tai Chi. I'm tempted to get one of those apps. You should have seen me yesterday when my brother wasn't here. I was parading around the house pretending I was doing Tai Chi. Come on, Meri. I want my chat. Give me my chat. Don't even have the chat filter. Now, let's get rid of YouTube. YouTube. It's being stubborn. It says I only got 1 person watching. Now, let's get the other phone. It's being stubborn. Stubborn.
Oh, so you're an artist.
Oh, I thought I was. Oh, so you're an artist, it said. There, I got my chat. It's got 17 of you out there. How come that one didn't work? How come? This is my new phone. My newest phone. Look. I have to do a password on this one. And I never get it right the first time. Wow, that was the right password. I put the show on there. I don't know why it's not giving me my, and it says I only got 1 person watching. There, I said 12. Now I got an ad. What are they doing? You must stay active and learn. It's impossible not to get hooked. Walk 56 miles. Oh, that made me tired. Yeah, see, it's not giving me my chat on this phone. Well, I'm not going to fool around with it. We'll put it over here and use the other one. I was going to look at Kimberly's link here. My first fabric slow stitch bowl, stitching collaboration. Oh, really? Is Sue doing a collaboration today? I mean, ooh, how cool. With Carol from Wonky something or other. And we are going to be collaborating, and each of us are sewing a fabric bowl. Oh, how cool. I'm going to have to go out and watch that. And so you're doing that with her? Let's see if I can zip on down here. See, oh, look. Is that the, oh, look what she's doing. Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait to see yours. I don't know what you guys are seeing here, but this is, that's a chat. This is chat. She's talking about her bowl here. Let's see how she, I think this is Sue Hiles here. Yeah, this one is Sue Hiles working on her fabric bowl. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Oh, you know, I want to do a slow stitch. Looking at that bowl, wouldn't that be cool to do an outfit? I was thinking I want to do an overalls for Penelope. And I was thinking that I could just do a piece of denim around here and put a little bib on it and then just do a strap around from there to there. And I could do pockets in the back. And I'd have to take all the pins out because it's still a pin cushion. She's still a pin cushion doll. You know, I've got some, we might work on that. We might stop on this and just, I'm inspired by this slow stitch bowl. This is Sue Hiles. I'm sure she won't mind us showing her video. Sue's pretty cool. Lace is all the way yummy, something she said. I don't want to turn the sound on. Let's go zip to the back. See, whoops. I went too far. I got an ad. Oh, that's not Sue. That's the other lady. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Kimberly. I don't think I'll do the bowl, but that inspired me to start on Penelope doing the overalls. We might do that this morning, just get started on them. Penelope says, yay, I've been wanting a new outfit. All right, here we go. Let me go back into chat here. I need my chat filter, all messages. You're just playing along. I've never made one before. Well, that looks like a really cool project. Inspired by Sue Hiles. Of course, not as professional as Angie Girl, but mine's all wonky and scrappy, and we think that's okay. And Sylvia gifted me $2. Thank you, Sylvia. I sure do appreciate you. She slips me a couple bucks every now and then, Sylvia does. I got enough for 2 more pages here. Let's just cut this in half and number these, and then I'm going to go grab that denim, and we're going to play with doing a pair of overalls. I got inspired by Kimberly. Not to do a bowl, but when she, oh look, that one's done. This one's done. We need to go to the next page. Make sure I'm grabbing one page. There's so much to do. I'm still working on my, I am doing the slow stitch journal with, well, I'm doing mine in a scroll. K3N Cloth Tales. She's doing the alphabet A to Z. And she does the first week she'll do a capital letter, and then the second week in the month she'll do the small letter, and then she'll alternate back and forth between weeks. Oh, and this was one here. Uh-oh. Where did I mark this one as? Where did I mark that other one? Over here. 1, 2. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. This is kind of a slow process. 7, 8. But once we get it set up, I'm in no big hurry. We'll do a pick 10 or a dirty dozen or even a pick 5 or 6. How did I do that right? My 1 must have started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15. I love this page. 16, 17, 18. And like if you don't have stencils, you could draw this. If you don't have big number stamps, you could make a big number. You don't have to do the same exact thing. 18, 19, 20. Am I still hinged? Mary's coming unhinged. Whoops, I lost one. 19, 20. I guess that's my last one, was 19, which is a good stopping point. And I'll pick up this again tomorrow. Or, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. We'll go through it slow. So let's put Penelope here. I'm going to run and get that denim. And we'll put those pins in here. I'm going to save this for my ink pen caps. Let me run and get the denim. I know exactly where it's at. Let me tell you guys, my brother is so patient with me. Over Christmas, I took all the boxes and got them all out of the living room. But I'm still sorting through boxes. And it's not as bad, but I got them in the corners out there. All right, this is the, and I picked this up yesterday. I didn't know what it was, and I go, oh, it's denim. So we're gonna take all these pins and needles out of Penelope. She says, but I'm gonna get hungry, Mary. Oh, it's okay. You're getting a new outfit. Stop complaining. Some curved needles in there. The thing about putting them in here is you can't quite see them. And I'll have to be careful that I don't knock that dish over. And we're going to design some overalls for Penelope. You can blame Kimberly for this rabbit trail. She showed me that bowl, that collab that Sue Hiles is doing, and Kimberly's making a fabric bowl, slow stitch bowl. Look, Penelope just about ate that needle. She says, but Meri, yeah, I don't like giving you needles, Penelope. You eat them. They tend to fall down. They don't have a head on them, so they fall down inside of her. She said, but it's my dessert. I was taking this fuzzy flower off of her. That might go good on her head. Off to the side. See, that needle fell way down inside of her. I don't know if I can get it out. And still, the eye is on there, but... Penelope! There. Good thing I had it threaded. And this one goes to her hat. I'm going to have to do her a new hairstyle. See, if I take it off, she's bald. Make her a wig. Make her a hat. I think I got some doll hair from several packages of doll hair from the thrift store. It was all in a plastic bag, and they sold the entire bag to me. What did I do with that? I think it's still in the sack. Probably off to the side. What did you do this morning? Well, I watched Meri take all the needles out of her pincushion doll. Yeah. They're really in there. She was holding a bunch of them for me. That's another one that almost sank into her. Kimberly says, off we go on a rabbit trail. Yes, ma'am, that's what makes art so fun. So you think you're an artist. That's what that short said when I started to sign on. Rabbit trails are fun. I was going to work in my calendar book, but maybe I'll get to it. Maybe I won't. Little needle. Penelope. I remember putting all these pins in there because she didn't have any. And I got out it's another needle falling down. I'm going to have to quit putting those needles in her. She says, but Meri, that's my dessert. Boy, she's got several of them in there. I'm going to have to make her a little, maybe I'll do that. Make her a little pocketbook. A little pin cushion needle book to go with her. Maybe she could be sitting on it. A little needle book. There's one in there. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. It's in there. There it is. Ah! I got it. Boy, it was a big one too. Penelope! No, there's another one in there. No. It's over here. No, there's one there. Yep, so that one's way down in there. There it is. I gotta quit feeding you needles. I thought I quit doing that, but evidently she sneaks them while I'm not looking. There's another one. This is a round one. Penelope, eating those needles. Let's see, there's one on a thread again. Maybe if I put needles in there, I'll leave them threaded so that I can pull it out. I don't feel that one. I just feel the thread. Maybe it's over here. It got under her. Oh, it's there. It must be way down in there. Well, it's on this. It's on this needle. There we go. I don't feel any more. Some of them might have been from before. I feel one there. But that deep. Probably left from before. I can't get this off of her. This came from Sharon Lombard. It's a pokey tool, one of the big needle that she pokey tool, and Penelope likes it. It was a gift from Sharon Lombard. These with the heads are not as hard to pull out. There's just a lot of them. And there's the lace. It's got some needles in it. Says, you're going to give me back my lace, aren't you? Yeah, I think about it. It's got a little pin in there. There we go. And then she's got, I have this little cameo that I glued on her lace there. I'll leave that. And I'm going to leave her hat for a while. But I think I'll make her a new hat. I got felt. This is kind of her hat and her hair. But I glued this onto her hat. I don't think I can take it off. I might be able to. I might be able to use my heat gun. Because this is fabric that it'll take it. We'll play with that later. The needle. Swallowing the needles. I think that's the last one. Oh, there might be one in here. Look at all these pins and needles she was holding for me. Refresh my chat. Make sure I'm caught up. Kimberly says, up we go down the rabbit trail. Happy little rabbit trail. I saw an Easter card, postcard this morning when I was looking for my Post-it notes. I keep them in a box. And there was an Easter postcard. I thought, I should get that out. Valentine's Day comes first, Mary. I'm not much of a I'm not much of a Valentine person, but I like the reds. Get this one out. There's one here and one here. Come on. I just got these left here. I can grab 3 or 4 of them. Or a couple at once. There's a needle over here. Right. I felt it. It wasn't that one. That one goes to her hat. Well, maybe I'll feel it. It's way inside. Oh, there it is. Right here. Down in here. Penelope, I don't know why you eat these things. It's right in there. It's like doing surgery on her. Now I'm going to have to get tweezers, I think. Maybe the pliers. That's right. I don't think I got it, but I don't feel it anymore. I think I pushed it in further. Well, we'll just let her digest it, I guess. Another one in here. Penelope! That was a big one, too. There's another one in there. She's eating my needles. There it is. Look at that. Penelope. And you got another one here. Where'd you get all these needles? I thought I quit putting them. How did you sneak them while I'm not looking? There's another one in here. Penelope. No wonder you don't have a upset tummy with all those needles in you. I think that's just cotton or stuffing. I don't mind putting the ones that have heads, but these that don't have heads. Well, all of these pins were in this pincushion doll. She says, oh, but they felt so good. She says, I feel naked without them. But you have a pretty velvet body. We gave her a new body. The other one was, the original one was falling apart. And even though this is probably an antique, but if it's falling apart, the best thing to do is to revamp it, especially if she's your studio mascot and you handle her, you use her. I'm using her. And I'll have to probably put these in another dish because I'll be knocking them off. But this will be okay for now. It's already fallen off. They're already falling off. Get a hold of them here. They're falling in the cracks. There's a tiny one there. I'm going to get a hold of it with my pliers. A little silver one there I'm going to leave. I'm just about done. I don't feel any more stray needles in her. If they're in there really, really deep. to put these in a little box. Oh, there's one there. Penelope, eating needles. I don't feel anymore. We're going to give her a pair of overalls. She says, yay, overalls. You know, there's something there. But it's not too bad, so. Make her a little poofier here. Ouch. That one hurt. I was going to leave it in there. I'll pull it out. Get a hold of it. Well, that's not it. There's another one in there. Can't get a hold of it. Well, we're going to leave it. All right. Let me move this off of the tray. Put my pliers back. And let's look at the denim. Because what I'm thinking is I can put a piece, just a piece of denim around this way, and I'll measure it. Look, I put one of Jacqueline's gold seals on the bottom of her. But before I put it on her, I'll make a little bib. I'll have to make the bib in a way that her cameo was glued on there will show. And we'll give her a bib and with pockets on the bib. And it'll come around this way and she'll have blue jean pockets. Yeah, her hat. Here, it's got a hairpin on her hat. And we're gonna leave her hat on her for now. So for blue denim, I got this at the store for $3.50, denim scraps. Because I've got my brother, when I first came down here, my brother had a bunch of blue jeans in storage that he wore out, and I washed them all up. He wasn't wearing them anymore, and he said I could cut them up. I must have had about 6 or 7 pair. And they're in there someplace in a box. But these I got at the thrift store, and the package is stapled shut or glued shut. Staples. Where it went. Don't want to step on it. Throw it in the trash. Well, I have a staple remover. I halfway cleaned out my drawer the other day in front of you guys. Tape here that I'm just going to tape down. Where's the staple? I guess I got it. What happened to it? Stapled it. And one more. There we go. Whoops. Oh, that's tape. Snip that. There we go. Well, let's put these staples on that tape. The sticky side. If I can get them off. Oops. No, I'll probably step on it. Once it falls down on the rug, my toes will find it. Set this back, or I can find it again if I need it. All right. Eventually you find a purpose. So I need a piece that will go completely around her. And I can see this being stitched with red thread. Like so, but now I probably have to cut little, and I don't mind it being raggedy. They need a pattern piece. Maybe I'll just use this for my pattern piece. I wonder if I can tear this. Let's see if I can tear it. Sorry, Penelope. I know your hat doesn't. Let's make it a little longer. I don't think you can tear denim as well as you can cotton, but I could be wrong. And I am. We'll use this as a pattern piece. And let's see if I like the darker. Don't know if I have enough of the darker. This is light. We could do borrow stitching. Oh, look at this. Is this? It's just about long enough. We'll keep that piece out. What's this? This is a little dark. Not quite, but sort of. I like the dark. It doesn't look like I have a... This is kind of dark. This is darker than this. So let's put this. I'll keep those two out in the pattern piece. And put the rest of these back for another day. I'll probably use, I'm thinking borrow stitching would be fine. And I could put little pockets on there, reverse the fabric, reverse it, and have a, yeah, maybe some gold thread. Borrow stitching is like the Japanese borrow is like a running, there's the strip I saved, like a running stitch, only they do, I just do straight running stitches. They do all sorts of designs. This is a long piece. I'm going to put this back in the bag. That's the other side of the long piece. All right, where's my bag? Now, things fly off. Ow, ouch. Scrap. this off my desk. I can see I'm going to have to wallpaper a box for fabric. I'm getting quite an accumulation again of fabric. I can't put mine in it. Fabric scraps. All right. So, this I said is going to be the pattern, so I can draw on this. And I'll just keep it as a pattern. So I want it to go, let's start maybe in the back. You know, and I can have the little crosses, straps cross in the back. Let's start in the center back. And of course she doesn't have legs. She's a pincushion doll. But see, when you go around, you get this gap. But I'm thinking I can cut the armholes out for the gaps. Or I could take a dart. Like there's a thread there. Right where I want to mark. Now let's put a pin. I've got plenty of pins, but it's hard to get them out. And I'll leave the let's just put it. I don't know if that might be dangerous. Oh, Penelope. She said, well, what are you doing, Meri? I'm designing some overalls for you. So let's cut and leave enough for maybe some seams. Let's just fold it that way. And now this is going to be a pattern because I'm going to mark on it with ink. And this will be a seam in the back. I'm just leaving enough fabric that I can seam it up. Maybe one more in here. Now, I think I want a semicircle there. She kind of, her head is not centered. Her head kind of leans that way, So I'm just going to mark where I'm going to cut a semicircle. Where's my pen? Where's the one I was using? Those are the Sharpies. Those. So I'm just going to put a little mark. Maybe right here. And right in here. So I could take a dart there, and I might, wherever I made that mark, take little darts, and that will tighten it up. But I like the idea of doing a semicircle. Then she needs a bib, and I want to leave this cameo. It's kind of off-centered, but her head's off-centered. So the bib, well, let's do the strips here. Let's cut some. And this is just plain, because I'm thinking that I'll want like it going here, around, and cross over. A semicircle, I think, will be better. See, it's kind of hard to put an overall on her because she's not a... Maybe bring this down a little more so I have room for the bib. Not that much. So it'll go like that. I might have to make this thinner. I might have to do that thinner. Which would make sense. Let me pin this. This is just me playing. This isn't going to be her outfit. It's me figuring it out. I need a better pin there. Yeah. Let me take a dart in here. Pretend that's a dart. And put another one over here. And she needs a bib, but I might try to hot glue, take my heat gun to this cameo, because that's right where I want the bib to be. Well, the bib could. This needs to come down further. Her overalls are not going to be very tall, but she's not a tall doll. And this could go a little straighter. More down there. Oops. Well, once they fly off, they're not in my lap anymore. They're on the floor someplace. Probably step on it. A pin. See, if I take that cameo off, I can still get a bib. But the bib really goes onto the bib is part of the, isn't it? Part of the strap there. And this needs to come down more. Something like this. I'm just trying to visualize yeah, the bib needs to come right in here. And it'll have little pockets. Let's cut a piece. Of course, I could leave that on there and bring the bib way down. We'll just see. These pins are flying all over the place. Oh, and I cut that too short. What is Meri doing? She's designing a pair of overalls for Penelope. And then on the other side would be another strap. And it would cross in the back, but it's too short here. My piece is too short. So, let's see how this will look. Let's take this and see if I can't get my finger in there. I think I just got the... No, I have her too. Hold on. Get my thumb in there. There. I can take this out. That on there. Now I marked where the semicircles. I think I'll do a little semicircle rather than the dart. It needs to be a semicircle. And we're going to take these off again. Whoops, I pulled it right off. Doggone it. This is just temporary for me. Take that off. Of course, I can cut this down. Take this off, take this off. I'm gonna put a mark. In here, right there. That really could come down off another ½ inch. So let's see what I have here. Need a needle and a thread to kind of mark what I'm doing here, because that, I think I'll do that right in there, but I want to, and then the other one would go over here. Just kind of marking it. Yeah, it's not staying. I need to pin it in there. This seems a little off center. And what I'm going to do is baste this together and see how it fits her. Ouch! It seems a little off center, but her body's off center. See, her body is over to this side, over to that side. And Penelope, I keep feeling that needle in there. There it is. Right in there. I can't quite get at it. Keep feeling it there. So I want another piece this long for her other strap. This one isn't long enough. Where's that other? Well, we'll cut it out of this. Well, I think this was the piece I was going to use for, I don't want to cut it out of that. How long is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. I don't know if I can tear this across the grain. Those pins. Got another short one. And if you can see, this is 2 inches wide here, and almost 2 3/4 inches here. Let's straighten that out. Just for, this is the pattern. So let's make it 2 inches here. It's a little bit, no, it's about 2 inches. Come on in there. And I'll just kind of curve it up there. It's behind the bib. Now see, in back, they'll cross my, and then this will come down on her body Or this will be around her neck. So now what I want to do is this is about 1.5 inches from her. So let's do another 1.5 inches. More like 1.25 inches. It'll be right in here. And all I want to do is do a little semicircle to start with. And we're just going to eyeball it. Let's see. I did about 1 inch between those two lines. So another one. Right about there. And we'll see how the semicircle works. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm thinking I can do not a blanket stitch, but maybe kind of like a stitch, a trimming stitch. But right now we're just going to try this. Kind of hard to cut this. I need my little scissors. All right, give me one of those big needles. And will it go through this? Pretty good. No. Oh. That's the eye of it. Pretty good. Now I need a little thread. All I have is this thread out. I want to use it for basting. Hold the phone. Let me turn around here. Where's that box? Oh! See if I've got thread in this box. If I don't, I might have to stop. I got thread here someplace. I know I do. Here. One of these straps. One of these tea boxes have thread in it. Which one? This one? And those are tea bags. Hold on. I know I got a box of thread here. One of these tea boxes. That feels like it might be it. Yes. Oh. Do I have any thread in here? Here's my Easter card I was talking about. I've got some photos in there. Well, we'll save that for another day. Behind me. Everything goes behind me. Hold on. Alright, let's grab some thread. Oh, there's some needles in there too. Let's not use that big one. What color do I want? Red, brown, gold. Let's use the gold thread. Might not be able to see it on there though. The darker gold. I'll use that. If if I can thread my needle. Those are pretty. Those are pretty little. I need a needle threader for those. Get back in there. I'll be able to see that. And we're just basting. Where's my... Let's get this off my desk for now. In my way. And eventually it's going to be made out of this darker fabric. All right. Where's the beginning? Hold on, I'm looking for the start of this thread. It's catching on my Band-Aid. And I got a big-eyed needle here. I'm just gonna baste. If I can't thread that tiny thread through that big eye, then I need to go visit my doctor again. Oh, that is catching on here. Can't see. Got that black on the desk. Well, it's almost the same length, not quite, but let's tie a knot. It's just a basting thread. And I usually do this with my index finger, but I got that Band-Aid on it. It's amazing how much you use your index finger. I might have to just do a back stitch. All right, we're gonna baste this. We'll just baste it. I'm laughing at my technique here. Is that gonna go in there? Yes. And because I'm using a big old needle and going through denim, but I just want to kind of do some tacking stitches here. It'll come out. This will be a pattern kind of piece. And I just want to see how it looks, and then I'll take the basting out to make my other pieces. Let me go in through this loop. It doesn't have to be beautiful stitching here. I'm just tacking them together. And it'll be easier for me to fit it on Penelope that way. And with pins. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm zoomed out. I don't want to zoom in because we'll see how this fits her. If it doesn't fit, I'll take my basting out and redo. And for right now, it's a pretty simple pattern, but I'm a simple gal today. We'll do it better. This is just getting the bones in there. And I could put little buttons on the straps in the front and put little pockets, red pockets on it. I got some red fabric from Miss Rebecca today. And let's go in there. Oh, she's doing the stab method. Get in there, going through several layers. But I had a little scrap of red here, but I think I put it in my scrap box. We could draw some pockets on there, just for fun. Let me come through here and make a little knot. When I stitch in my recliner, I have the light shining right down on my piece and I can see better. But this is okay. I do have the light above, but all right. Penelope, I'm going to give this, no, I'm going to put it in my, there. All right, let's draw pockets on there just for the fun of it. Now this strap could be more narrow, but we'll draw some pockets. Put a button in here and a button here. And I don't know about this. Maybe the pockets could have a closures here. There. Now this would be the armhole here. Let's see how that, where's my cap? Let's test her out here. Bring that down further. Oh, bring it down too far, and she doesn't have very much of a... I guess I'm going to have to cover up her... I'll have to take her cameo off, because it's going to cover up the cameo. I'll have to see if I can heat gun that off, or I might just clip it off. And this is the original lace that came with her. I hate to clip that off. I'll try the heat gun first. For right now, let's just cover it up. It fits around her like this, and like this. I guess the armholes are in the right spot. Let's put some pins on her. Put the pins where the button should. Right there. Yeah, I got the armholes pretty good, I think. I might have to bring them down a little bit more. Let's pin this. And it's fitting right to the edge. I like that. Now, because she's a pincushion doll, she doesn't have legs. This armhole, I guess it's in the right spot if I kind of stretch it. I'm not sure about the bib here. I might have to make it just turn it under a little like that. Let's pin that. Whoops, I didn't get it in there. I'll have to think about, well, there'll be pockets on the side. That's why I'm doing this. Oh, let's pin this around to the back. Let's do this side. I'm just doing this by sight here. Pin this down. I'm just fitting it. I'm fitting it on her. This is just a pattern piece. She's doing a fitting. I think this armhole is going to have to find a different home. What do I have there? I have this in the way. And although she doesn't have arms, the little round circles give this space so that it fits her better. And these straps will be thinner. All right, bring this around to like this. Let's mark a 1/2 inch seam here. This is gonna gap just a little in here. Might have to cut it a little bit more. And then this would seam in there. So maybe right about here, cut it off. Because I would be stitching. I'd be stitching here. Actually, do it this way. So my stitch mark would be in there, and I'd have this much left over I'd trim off. Now let's cross the, you aren't going to see too much of the cross unless I really bring it down, and I might do that so we can see it cross in the back. Because it's just the nature of a pincushion doll. And if I make this a little thinner, maybe like a cording type thing, roll it like a cord, you see more of it over on this side. Maybe I'll make this armhole a little deeper. And this one comes over and crosses that way. And let's put a pin in the center. And we'll snip this off a little, maybe right here, and right there. Now I'm kind of happy with this. I'm gonna have to study some overalls to see what I want to do. She's a pincushion doll, so, you know, she's not going to have arms coming out. I kind of like it. The only thing I don't like is I'm going to have to move that cameo. I guess I could leave it covered up. It'd be a surprise. Let's see. Where'd I put my other phone? Do you want me to zoom in a little now that I've been playing? Let's zoom in a little so you can see it a little better. Oh, I'm zoomed in way too much. Sorry about that. I got the light glaring on her, so I can't see her too well. But I want to look at a pair of overalls, see what kind of decoration I want to put on it. I'm just going to sketch the pockets and stuff on there just for the fun of it. I'll probably put red trim on there. Give her a red scarf or something. All right, let's go search for some overalls. And I'll keep this as a pattern, and I can make her a pair of floral ones. That would be fun. All right, let's go to images. Let's do women's. overalls, and images. Oh, so little. You can't see a darn thing. So that doesn't have a whole lot of, we want something that has pockets. Oh, I see. It's got a, let's save that. We'll save some images here. We'll go put a, she's got one center pocket there. She's got all that. Oh, I see the straps. The straps on this. Let's save this one. I'm just saving it for, I'm saving these for just to get an idea of what the trim is on these. That one's got a big center pocket too. I put two little ones. Maybe we'll do a center pocket. I like the two little ones better. Let's get some men in there. Come on. There's the back. Their back. I have hers crossing like this. They bring their back piece up like that, but I think I'm going to leave mine. I think I'm just going to leave mine crossed like that. This, instead of putting a button down at the bottom, I might make the button up at the top. Well, because that's what these are. See, and there it has that big overall that we could cut this down more too. Whoops, got out of it. Let's save that. I'm going to cut this more of an oval, like what this is. Maybe start at the, and that would give her more of an armhole. I was going to make this one bigger anyway. So that's something. Oh, it has that. Let's see if I can get in there. The pockets come down. It has a fly in there. It's got a belt and a pocket in the front going down this way. All right. Let's go back. See what else I can see here. What happened to her? Well, when I make it large, I lose it. I don't like the way this phone is showing my images here. I mean, it doesn't, I'm just getting inspiration. See more. How much? I don't like those. Let's try this one. That's a pretty good image. Let's save that one. And it's got the cuff. All right, let's go to my library and see what I saved. I think I can. Yeah, I kind of like this one. The pocket. If you look at her pocket, it's got a big pocket this way and then a little pocket on top of it. It's got the fly and the belt. We're going to make this pocket bigger. And then we're going to put a little pocket in here. This will just remind me. Maybe I'll make that little pocket a little bit bigger. I know what I mean there. This is just the pattern. And then she's got a belt, so we might put a belt on here. And the belt goes clear around, and it has these little pieces. Now, if I make this come down further, if I cut this more of an oval, my belt's gonna, but I don't care. And then the belt will come along to the back. My seam line is on the side, which is kind of okay with me. She's got a pretty big side. She's round. All right, let's go back here to the belt in here. And the belt. And then I'm going to make this more of a, I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. And it will go up to the top of the bib. More like that. And I suppose the belt's going to run into it, but I don't care. Cut that there. And then she's got a kind of a little fly in here. And then the side pockets. I'll make a side pocket. This is a pocket. And we'll put another pocket over here. How far down did that go? And there'll be stitching. I'm just kind of sketching on here, just getting an idea how I want it to look. And of course, you know, this starts the legs in here. We could probably, I'm not sure if I want to put something like that on there. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Or I could bring that way down. All right. And then the back, we've got the belt coming around, but we've got this. And I could put little buttons on this. Put a little button in there where it, I don't know. I might want to put a snap there. I'm not so good with snaps. And of course on the straps there would be stitching. And then she needs some back pockets. And we're just going to put a couple round ones. Maybe like that. Put a button there. Put some stitching. Put another pocket in here. Whoops. That would be more roundy. And some stitching. All right, I'm going to take this off of her and see what I have. Oh. And like I said, this is just a pattern. I could do another pattern piece off of this. The only thing I think is that I'll move these straps up to the yoke. The yoke is kind of high on her. But let's just take this off and see what I have. I want to cut this deeper. And we can refine our design a little bit more here. will be stitched. Kind of give me an idea where the seam is. She's still pinned in here. All right. So I wanted to cut this deeper, cut that out, cut this deeper. This is a back pocket. This is the stitch line. And this is a stitch line. This is another back pocket. This is a front pocket. I'm not so sure about the center fly. And for the belt, I could put a buckle there or a big snap. And you're getting lost with the pocket, big pocket here, because I had two small ones. And this is a pocket. I don't know, I'm kind of liking it. Well, I've already stitched this down. Just pretend that this hooks here. We'll color those in. So this is part of the yoke, and it would probably just have stitching and have some stitching up here, maybe with red thread. Now, I think I'm kind of liking it. It's hard to dress a pincushion doll in overalls. All right, let's cut the holes that the needles are in my way. So what I'll do, I need to find a different dish for this because it's falling out. All these pins are falling out of my little dish. It's too narrow for all those needles and pins. What I'll do is I'll make a pattern and I'll stitch it offline. And if it doesn't fit her, we'll do it again. I've got plenty of denim here. I need my little scissors. And of course, these will be attached pockets. Pockets that not just drawn on there. They'll be real little pockets that I stitch and put on there. Now this will probably be, and I did notice on the sides, I mean, we could do something like this with my stitching and do that over here. Give it some double stitches under her arms and stitching probably all the way around with my, I'll have to find a pretty thread, probably red. That looks more like overalls, doesn't it? Once you decorate them up, they start looking like overalls. The pocket here is kind of scary because and then there's a belt in here, and it has these little belt things. And I suppose the belt goes, let's cut this other side off. I'm not a seamstress, I'm not a doll dressmaker, but we're just doing this by hook or crook. I'm kind of liking it. Yeah, hold on. I think it's the stitching that's going to dress it up. Now their stitching is white, and if I use that darker denim, I may want white. Let's see, the belt will really come under here. This won't go all the way down the bib. And that means I could make my pocket bigger. But let's finish what I'm doing here. And this would be belt. And it would have stitching coming this way. And maybe a... There we go. There'd be belt in here, maybe. I'm not sure about this, but we're going to put it in there. Now let's put some stitching in here, like we did over there. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with them. And then this would fold it under like this. The stitch line would be in there. And I have to make my belts match. And my sketching doesn't match. But once you get it on her, it isn't gonna, I got more space there than I do here. Well, once you get it on her, that won't matter. I could probably put another double line in there, but we'll see. Or I could move this pocket over a little too. We'll make it a little bigger just for the fun of it here. There. Well, yeah, there's still a lot more space in there, but I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it. It's all the stitching that's going to dress it up. Let's color this in just so you can see the pocket better here. This is a pocket. And then there's a little pocket in here. Put a couple little marks there. And then I'm thinking I can have a buckle in here. We'll put a... We'll see. That's the pattern. Now I could make another pattern and clean this up a little bit more before I actually make and make sure that it fits before I do my other denim one. So I'll probably take, let's mark where this bib goes. I'm just going to draw a line here and a line there, because I'm going to take my stitching out. Let's do that now. Let's cut my, I need my tiny scissors. Take my basting off. Or all out in the other room with my slow stitching. And so I marked it here, so I'm going to write bib. That's what they call the front. The bib goes in here, right there. And then let's take these off and we'll attach them up to the top. There. Instead of down to the bottom, and that will give me some more stitch marks in here. Maybe double stitch marks even. And that comes down like that. And you can't see this, I've marked it up so much there. But these are the pieces. So Penelope, you're going to get a pair of overalls. I'm going to find another piece of fabric, not now. And we'll save all these scraps. Maybe I'll put these on my calendar. Let me get the pins off my desk. Put them up here for now. Hopefully I won't knock them over. Wouldn't that be a disaster if I knocked this plate of pins over the cliff? Oh, I'd have to get out a magnet, I think. I think I'd have to get out a magnet. My brother would. And it's carpeting. It's carpeting. I really need to get a deeper dish. Oh, hold on. Let's put this in an envelope so I don't lose them. Was that scrap? Do I have the straps in there? Yeah. These are scraps. I'm going to put these on my calendar. Maybe not that one. I'll put that up with the other. My red thread. Let me see. I think I got a little box behind me. I can put those pins in. Reach. I've got a empty tea box here. Oh, no, that's not empty. It's got this one. We'll come in here. I have a scary thought that I'm going to knock all these off. We'll just do it like that. Got some matchsticks too. What was I lighting matches for? I can't remember. Look, I got a little doll I can put on. What's under here? Some paper strips. Yeah, cut-offs. Offcuts. Let's clean that out from under there. Some more matchsticks. Another pen. And some dirty scraps. And pen. A needle. All right. Throw this stuff away. I just feel safer. All right, I'm going to put this in an envelope. We'll put this needle and thread in there. Penelope's just going to be unclothed for, well, she's clothed. She's just got her velvet skirt on. I might put a needle. Well, no, I'll reach in here. Now, let's put this in a safe spot. Oh, dear. I need safe spots for everything. All right. We're going to grab an envelope, and I'll look for some more fabric, and I'll play with that maybe. Well, we got a tatting class today. I missed the Tuesday one. I don't want to miss. Tuesday is a little more advanced than I am. Thursdays are a little more my speed. I'm going to put these on the calendar. That's scrap. I'll put that on the calendar. There's a pen. All right. And I wanted to mark bib, overall, pattern, or Penelope. Now, it may change as I get to working with it. And I'm not saying that that's the one and done, but put that back in my bowl. All right, let's come look at chat. Let me get my calendar out. Let's come look at chat. Let's see what you guys are talking about out there. Let me refresh it. Chat filter, top messages, chat filter, all messages. Hi, Carol. Good morning. Kimberly says, oh, let's see what's going on here between Carol and Kimberly. Hi, Mina. Wait a minute. Let's see what's going on. Let me go get an ad. Let me go up. Penelope is a modern lady. Sylvia says, what a world, what a world. Sylvia says, poor Penelope, she's gone from Victorian to country casual. She wants some new outfits. So now that I have a bib pattern for her, you know, I can design some other, like, skirts and you know, maybe a lace outfit, make her a little wardrobe. She's a pincushion doll, so she's kind of hard to clothe. On this, on her body, I think I gathered it here at the neckline. And I think I will just leave the cameo underneath. I don't think I'll try to take this cameo off. She's got a cameo right here. And it's a pretty one. And I think I'll cover that up with my bib on my overalls. It'll just be a hidden jewel. But maybe I'll get a red neck scarf or something and put on there. Maybe we'll dress her up. She's going country for a while. She says, I can wear them out in the garden, Mary. Mina says, Penelope is a modern lady. Hi, Elise. Welcome in, Elise. Sylvia says, all of this just because Penelope had a penchant for needles. Yeah, for sure, Sylvia. Mina's laughing. Elise says, well, Penelope will hold Meri's tatting needles? No. The tatting needles are about 5 inches long. I don't think they're quite 6 inches. Look, here's another needle out. We'll give this one to Penelope. She says, yes, I got one needle and it's a real needle. And the horror of losing her cameo. I must look away. Yeah, I decided I was gonna leave it on, Sylvia. So we're not gonna try to take it off. Mina says, good question. I had the impression though that Meri keeps her tatting needles separate. I do keep them separate. I guess I could put tatting needles like in the back and kind of have them as a backdrop. But they, Katia, she calls herself Katia, so I want to try to use a real name. Katia is the needle tatting instructor that I'm following. She's the tatted muse. And she puts her tatting needles in a hardcover eyeglass case. And then you can kind of carry that eyeglass case in your purse. And I had purchased a long time ago a red leather purse that I was going to make into a junk journal. But you know what? I think I'm going to carry it because it's larger. And I want to start carrying a watercolor, travel watercolors, and a travel watercolor book in my purse. And I can't get it, my phones and my billfold and my checkbook and Kleenex and, you know, everything that I normally carry in my purse in that little purse, plus a watercolor book. So I think I'm going to trade it out and carry that red leather purse, which is so different from Meri. I'm not really a red leather person, but it fits. It fits all my stuff. Mina says, I made a pair of overalls for a rabbit once. Years ago, it was a bunny my grandmother made for me out of canvas when I was very small. I still have it. Oh my goodness, overalls for a rabbit. You would have to have 4 leg holes, or at least 4 openings for the legs. You probably wouldn't fit them on. You'd probably just do kind of a cover type thing. I don't know how you did it. Carol says, I've gone from pin cushions to magnetic bows. Oh, don't get me started. Oh, that cloth bowl that Kimberly's making. Wouldn't it be interesting to stitch a magnetic sheet in between some fabric and make a cloth bowl that way? Oh, that's an idea. I've got to write that down. Where's my Society of Idea Collector? Society of Idea Collector Journal. It's going to get an entry today, Dee Dee Willingham. Just from us yakking. I got it right here. I haven't done much in it lately. I have a lot of stuff I want to put in it. Oh. Let's... Oh, dear me. Let's move the calendar. Is it upside down? I got it up. No, it's right side up. Let me move my phone so I don't knock it off on the floor. All right. See, this was a horse. And this was a motif that I did for slow stitching. Here's some hexes. For slow stitch. This was my slow stitch page. This was some batik. And this was my tatting. I don't know how much of this you guys are seeing because I'm zoomed in. Let me just get to a blank page. These were my sticker sheets. And here's where I was. How much of this are you guys seeing? Yeah, you're seeing it. This was my stamp, my dog that I'm carving. He's over here someplace. I'm not done carving him. And here, over here was where I was going to design some little Christmas stamps. And my Santa Claus didn't work out. My tree and my pine cone look so much alike. But that's as far as I got on that. Here was the Santa Claus. He just wasn't working out too good. Are you guys seeing it? I gotta see. I'm not on my red dot. Yeah. This was carving. Now, it was a trial. All right, so I'm right here. We might do more stamping on that. Let me write in here. I'm going to draw a light bulb. And let's get out one of those pens that show up better. Hold on, let me put that back there. I just opened them this morning. Where'd they go? These are Sharpies. Well, you would know. Papermate here, this is one. So this is not supposed to soak through. Let's draw a light bulb. And I'll come down a little bit more. All right, that's good enough. I wanted it to be an Edison bulb. All right. So, and I probably won't do this, but I'm going to write down the idea. Watching Sue Hiles do a fabric bowl from comment by Kimberly in stream chat, and this is 129. Got an ad. I hate it when I get those ads. 129.26. And a comment by Carol. I'm crediting you guys, Carol, about magnets. Thought it would be interesting. I don't know. It would have to be a pretty strong magnet to stitch strong magnets between layers of fabric. You can get strong magnets, you know, and just stitch them with the layer of fabric, put the magnet on, and then stitch around, put another layer of fabric, and then stitch around the magnet. And then you could have a place on your bowl or it doesn't even have to be needles, it could be, and you could put magnets on the inside too. We'll see. Layers of fabric on bowl. This is an idea. So I tried to credit Sue, and Sue was watching somebody, was in a collaboration with somebody, I think, doing fabric bowls. I don't know if it's a swap or if it's a group project or what. But Kimberly was telling us about it, and I went and looked, and I said, oh, that looks fun. But I probably won't get to that. I'm going to stick with my overalls. So let's date this 129 again. January 29. Because I always forget what day I wrote that down. All right, there we go. Put it in my Idea Society of Idea Collector. Now, I do have something I'm going to put in my commonplace journal, but I'm saving that for a membership chat. So now we're back to the calendar. Let's see. Let me refresh chat again. I'm following chat. I get off on little rabbit trails. Let me do my refresh. Well, add. You knew I was going to put that there, so you got to come in with your advertising. Now I have to do it again. Chat filter, top messages, chat filter, all messages. There we go. I was reading back because I didn't know what was going on between Kimberly and Carol. They talked about, did I put tatting needles in Penelope, and I really don't. And Nina said she made a pair of overalls for her bunny rabbit. Carol says, I've gone from pin cushions to magnetic bowls. And there's where I got the inspiration. Penelope, overalls are a work of art. Thank you, Mina. Any pictures, Carol? Carol says, I bought them from Princess Auto, 3 magnetic bowls for $10 a bowl. Nothing fancy. Ah, cute. Mina says, sounds handy for keeping pins and needles. They stay strong. They are strong magnets because they're used for bolts. Oh, that's interesting. A little leather belt for the buckle. Oh, that's a good idea, Carol. Are you talking on the overalls? And a cowgirl hat. Yeah, we'll have to get her a hat. Oh, I don't want to lose my calendar pickings there. Now I lost my chat. I think this is a 3rd or 4th outfit for Penelope. Hi, CB. No, that's not CB. That's Carol. I thought it was CB. I just looked at the icon. Carol, you changed your icon? Or have you always had that icon? No. Kimberly says, let's see, Carol says, Kimberly, I was looking at my scroll I stitched for 2021. I had added some of the items you sent me. Lots of memories. Kimberly, how nice, Carol. I love your stitching. Carol does beautiful stitching. Carol does beautiful stitching. Carol is my quiet corner. Carol says, you had gone to a sale and found a lot of embroidery stuff and shared some with me. Thank you, Kimberly. This year is a stitch for me year. Yeah, it is for me too, Carol. I started stitching scroll with K3N Cloth Tales. Kimberly says, yes, sadly, I haven't seen much that anymore. Oh, as you go thrifting, the embroidery, it's harder and harder to find, isn't it? Mina says, there are also magnetic beads, perhaps finding a cloth basket with a stream of those. That's a good idea too, Mina. You did change it. I looked at your icon, Carol, and it almost looked like CB. Maybe not quite. I want to go to your channel. I can see you better here. Oh, there you are. Whoops. See, I can see your icon better. There you are. You're looking good. You have a winter hood on. You have a hoodie on. Okay, let me go back. Come on. And chat. All right. So let's see. Did I get all of the top here? This is where Mina came in. She just got up. She's sleeping in late today. She's saying hi to Arlene, Kimberly, and Teresa. Penelope's getting a new outfit. There's Jersey Laura. Hi, Jersey. You're out there. Look at Penelope getting new duds. Mina says, my phone has decided that today, except for commas and periods, there will be no punctuation. Those phones, they are the pill, aren't they? They're saying hello to Jersey. Jersey says, Mina, you will fit in with the younger generation. Kimberly says, good morning, Mina and Laura. Yeehaw, Penelope is going country. Kimberly, awesome. A little boot scoot boogie for Penelope. Oh, there's Joyce. I miss Joyce. Good morning, Miss Joyce. Joyce Boring. She popped in. Sylvia says, what does Meri call Penelope? A studio? I call her my studio mascot. And her name is spelled P-I-N-E-L-O-P-E. It's P-I-N for all the pins that she has. She's a studio mascot. I had her before I came down here, and I've been down here 10 years now, going on 11 years. No, going on 10 years. It'll be 10 years in June. I came down here in 2016. And I had her for at least, I would say 4 years up in Wisconsin. Well, maybe more than 4. Let's call it 5 years. So I'd had her for about 5 years. And I found her in the basement of an antique mall. You know how you go down in the basement and you get cheaper things that you can afford. You don't pay $500 for a doll. I probably paid $15 or $20 for her, I think. But she's certainly been worth it, hasn't she? She's got a chalk head. And she was original when I first got her. And this was original lace. The only thing original now on her is her head. And her hair is original. I might see if I can't I glued this hat on. I might see if I can, because I think you can unglue with the heat gun. I might see if I can take this hat off, but I'm not going to do it today. Her head is original. It's still the original chalk. See, it's chalk. She's bald. And her lace is original. But everything else, the base here might be original on the base here. I can't remember if I put a new bottom on this. I know this is gold seal from Kimberly. It's really sticky, and it stays on there. The lace around here, the tan lace, is original. But everything else is kind of it. She had a felt body, which was probably more of a dark brown. This is a purple felt, or purple, yeah, not felt, velvet. But her original one, it just was so worn. It was so worn that it just was, and she had all kind of pins down inside of her. And when we redid her, we took all those pins out. I have pulled out a lot of them today, too, Penelope. I keep poking myself with this one in here. And it's in there someplace, and I can't get it out. And then I poke myself, and then it hides again. Oh, got an ad. Got out of it. Got a dog. What happened to my stream? Got completely out of my stream here. Got into the girl with the dog. What time is it? 8:50? Oh, I'm not going to have much time to do anything. I think this clock is a little ahead. I want to at least get started on this. What is this? Oh, that's, okay. Let's go to me here. I've got 10 minutes according to this clock. I think my clock might be a little fast. Today is January 29th. I won't have time to do much. 28. Let me get on the red dot. 29th says, give me a minute, it's stuck. I glued it down. 29 says, good company on a journey. You guys are my good company today. Good company on a journey makes the way to seem the shorter. Isaac Walton. Izaak Walton. Let's darken the lettering. January 29th. And I'm just going to take and glue down. I got thread hanging here. And I might come back and we'll come back to this first thing tomorrow. I never get everything done that I wanted to do, but I got off on a bunny trail with Penelope's overalls. We got inspired. Let's see, I think I want them to go this way. And we'll put this little doll on there. And this one will be a simple page because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. Look, I can put the armholes that I cut out somewhere. Oops, let's turn them the other way. Them up there. And then I got a couple little scrappies. Okay, well, I did not get to my soap carving again today. I want to do Penelope as a soap carving, but I keep, you can't do everything in a couple hours. Everything that you want to do. Oh. Let's see what I have here. Do I want it all the way down? I don't think I do on this one. I do up above. Did I glue that down? Yeah. We'll just finish with this. This is Thursday. Paint Girly usually comes on Thursdays after me. See if I can't hurry and finish this calendar page. Well, got it wrinkled up here. Just gluing the scrappies down. And we'll put that little gal on there. And that'll be representing good company. Let's put it up further. And then we'll call it quits, and Paint Girly is probably going to be on. I don't know. If she's not, there'll be somebody else popping on. All right, let's do... Do I want... She fits better in here, but I don't like her facing out. I like her facing in, so I'm going to put her here and maybe lift her up a little higher. Right in there. I might try to find another one. Let's look in that box that I had out. Hold on. Let's put her up there. Hold on a minute. I'm not quite ready to leave. Let's see what I have in this box. I have a lot of stuff. He's too big. A photograph of a little one. Oh, look. We can put them there. I like them. We'll use them because I don't want to go digging too much. I'm going to have to do a transparent art journal page pretty soon. Let's get this one done so I can call it quits. Hold on. Let me put this back behind me. And he's going to stick out on the side. So I only have to glue from his shoulder over. There we go. Good company. Good company on a journey makes the way to seem the shorter. I gotta have one more piece here. Right there. And I put Penelope's overalls in an envelope. There we go. That's for the 29th. I don't have time to do the 28th. I'll start out with my calendar tomorrow. I want to get all of January done. Might have to do a marathon one of these days. So I'm going to leave that as my thumbnail, I guess, because it's time to... So long. Farewell to you and you and you. Time. It's time to say so long. Farewell to you and you and you. And I'm sorry you're probably not seeing. You'll probably have to zoom in to see it. So have a great day. Oops, got an ad. Kimberly says, what a fun morning. I hope you all have a great day. I can't wait to see your bowl when you finish it, Kimberly. I want to see it. I want to see it. Do I want that there? Uh-oh. Hold on. One more little thing before I leave. One more little thing. One more little thing. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Oops, don't put it crooked. There. Okay. Have a great day. It's Thursday. The weekend's right around the corner. Bye, everybody.